Hello, Critical Software is happy to have this opportunity to depict our approach to the information loss threats and the consequences of being unprotected. Our branded solution to tackle these issues is csSECURE, which we know is the problem-solving solution that will allow you not to worry anymore. Not only will we talk about the information loss threats, but also the consequences of a company or organization being unprotected. Later on during this video, we will give you a glimpse of what csSECURE is all about. Let us now talk about the evolving security threats. The IT systems, as we know, are becoming more and more complex. This growing complexity of enterprise IT systems means that information is replicated and resides in multiple physical locations. There's always the emergence of mobile devices like laptops, smartphones, or USB keys. And cloud computing poses also a threat where information is stored outside the boundaries of the organizations. Web 2.0 or instant messaging with wikis and Skype, and the global supply chains where cooperation with collaborators and outsourcers that sometimes borrow the common IP and reuse when working with competitors. Well, in general, all the information is becoming more and more fluid and agile, residing on multiple systems and spreading very fast. Thus, it is more and more important to protect this fluid of information. On the other hand, we are witnessing increased sophistication of the attacks, sometimes government-sponsored organizations using sophisticated methods of surveillance in real and physical life. So the data mobility and sophisticated security threats create security risks that we have never experienced before. Let us now talk about the types of information loss. By definition, information loss means that confidential information leaks to an unauthorized party. There's the internal unintentional data loss, where confidential data is sent by mistake to a wrong distribution list. There's the internal intentional data loss, where, for example, a former employee borrows company intellectual property or client information. There's the loss of data stored on portable devices, for example, confidential documents that are stored on lost laptops or USB pens. And there's the loss of cloud-stored data, for example, a system administrator of the hosting company accessing confidential data. There's also the loss of data to external partners and collaborators, for example, outsourcers reusing company intellectual property while working with other competitors, and the external hacks, where you hack into internal system containing confidential data. Let us now go over the numbers. Studies tell us that the majority of information leaks will continue to be accidental, but we expect a rising number of carefully managed attacks by sophisticated crime syndicates. They also tell us that the financial impact of deliberate incidents of data loss are often much greater than the accidental incidents. What about the cost of information leakages? More than half data loss cases led to damage of more than 100K. There's the direct cost of handling the loss consequences, like security audits that may take years, for example, or the cost of informing the victims whose data was lost, for example, your customers. There's the direct revenue loss, which leads to the loss of business as a result of private data becoming public, like bidding information. There's also the loss of IP, leading to the erosion of your competitive advantage, like private designs, codes, know-how, procedures, or formulas that were gathered by the years of R&D. And your competitors are gaining from it for free. There's also the loss of customer credibility, where customers will be hesitant to do business with a company which experienced data loss. For example, if you lose the credit card information. There's also the failure to comply with identity protection legislation, Customers Protection or Patient Acts in different countries that actually do lead to severe fines. Let me just give you now some data loss events examples. Let's take Deutsche Bank, for example. Deutsche Bank lost their ERT's IPO role after an employee sent unauthorized emails to about 175 institutional accounts. Another example, over 2 gigs worth of screenshots, videos, and concept art was apparently accidentally posted by Ubisoft on their public FTP server. Also Intel, a former Intel employee, was accused of stealing 1 billion worth of trade secrets and using them to help rival AMD. Google, in January 2010, confirmed that its security had failed to keep out attacks originated by hackers in China. Let us now talk about which markets are more at risk. Let's take the finance and insurance markets. You have to protect the confidential client information or the financial information. The healthcare market, the medical records, for example, you have to secure, you have to protect those. Also the manufacturing, where IP is shared with supply chain partners. The high-tech and biotech, where IP is their major asset. Retail, you have the client credit card records. And governmental institutions, where you have the military secrets or any sensitive non-public information. Now that you have seen what csSECURE can do for you, visit us at csSECURE.net for more information.